All right, hello once again, Maize and Blue fans. Now, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now, let's just get into it. So, before I start, I just want to say I made this page because I love talking about Michigan. And when the things that happen, good or bad, I'm passionate about Michigan. I was born and raised in Michigan. And so, when things go bad or whatever, I feel it personally. And honestly, this YouTube page is a place for me to vent, and hopefully for y'all to vent too, because it's not easy. Before YouTube, I've sat down and wrote an essay about what was wrong with the team and what I felt was wrong with the team, just to get it off my chest. So I'm just letting y'all know why I do this. So now that that's out the way, let's get into it. So Michigan plays Army, 12 o'clock on Saturday. I believe it's on Fox. So we all know Army is an option team. They're going to run the option all game. Might throw 5, 6, 7 or 8 passes at the most. They're not going to pass the ball. They're just going to run the option, wait for you to make a mistake, try to consistently get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards, and just play it like that. So I'm just going to run over some of Army stats and some of our stats from the first week. And I'll just get into what I want to talk about after that, really. So Army beat Rice 14-7 on Saturday. Army had 53 passing yards and 231 rushing yards. They gave up 183 rushing yards. So they played Rice, so we should be able to run on them. Michigan, we had 220 passing yards, mostly by Shea, and 233 rushing yards from Shea, Dillon, Charbonnet, and Christian Turner had a few yards too. So the guys on Army that are going to have the ball are Kevin Hopkins Jr. Kelvin Hopkins Jr. Let me say his name right. He had 80 yards rushing and 3.8 yards a carry. Their leading running back was Sandon, I think I'm saying that right, Sandon McCoy, 70 yards, 3.5 yards a carry. So they did what they do. They're gonna grind it out and pick up 3, 4 yards, however many they're getting the average. As long as you're getting, if you're planning on running it and you're getting 3, 4 yards a carry, that's fine for you, because you're gonna run it 3 times. So if I'm getting 4 yards a carry, 3 downs, that's 12. I mean, it ain't that hard to figure out, so that's what they want to do. And while they're doing that, they're going to eat up the clock. But teams, I know everybody talks about Oklahoma, last year Oklahoma, and I've been hearing this all summer and stuff, and I'm going to get into that. Oklahoma plays no defense, especially last year. So that's number one. If you're not disciplined on defense, then the option will kill you, because everybody has a man. Somebody's going to have the quarterback. Somebody's going to have the running back. Somebody will have the fullback if it's a triple option. So if you're not disciplined, both guys will. The guy that should have the quarterback, he'll take the running back, and then the quarterback going to cut up and get however many yards or take it to the house. The same thing. The guy that's supposed to have the running back, he'll take the quarterback. And then the quarterback will pitch it, and nobody's out there for the pitch man, and it might go to the house or big yards. So a game like this is really about having a disciplined defense. And for the most part with Don Brown, we've had a disciplined defense. That's why I'm not really worried about this game, because they're going to do what they do, and they're going to end up in 4th and 2s and 4th and 3s, because we're going to stop them on a lot of these plays. And so as long as some of them, they're going to go for some of these on 4th down, because when you're running and you're picking up 3 yards, okay, it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3, let's try to get it. So expect to see some 4th downs. Hopefully we'll stop them on that, and that'll end those drives. But I'm not really too worried about it at all. I mean, because we play disciplined defense, and then when we get stops and we'll be scoring, now it puts more pressure on them to do something they don't want to do, and that's pass the ball. So once they start putting it in the air and they're not really a passing team, that's when you get picks and more sacks, and then the game will just start snowballing on them, because running the ball eats up the clock. Once you get down, you don't want to run the ball, because you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot because you're eating up all the time. But people have been talking about the Michigan defense and how they didn't see pressure and all that. But the thing you have to understand about the defense and the game plan, MTSU runs a similar defense to us. So they were prepared for what we do. I think I said this in another video, but they were prepared for what we do. So when we were blitzing and bringing pressure, the quarterback, he was poised. He was very poised. I'll say he was even more poised than Shea when the blitz is coming on screens and all that. He let the defenders get as close as possible, but he knew they were coming and he just dumped it off. So they knew what we were doing. They just don't have the horses to really make us pay for it. So that's what happened with that. But we were getting pressure. He was just a good quarterback. Like he was poised. He wasn't scared of our defense because he knew what it was. Like you could tell he was prepared for what we do. And so he would get rid of the ball quick or make us think we had him and then he'd dump it off real quick. But from the defensive standpoint, honestly, Kemp looks like he's too small to play D tackle to start at D tackle and just be one of your starting D tackles. He looks like he's too small. He's not strong enough. Ben Mason, he seems like he can hold his ground, but after that it's not much. He'll follow the play and hustle downfield, but as far as him, I wouldn't have him in on a passing down or anything, definitely. But he looked like he can hold his ground to where he's not going to get pushed in the run. Honestly, from what I'm seeing from the defense, I would, and I'm not sure if Don Brown would do this or what, or this is just what I see and what I would do if I was the coordinator or whatever. To maximize our defense, this year would probably be a good year to go to a 3-4. Honestly, because I would run at the D lineman. I would run Quiddipe. I'd move Hutchinson inside. He looks like he'll be better inside. When he played inside last week, he did some good things. So I'd go Hutchinson at nose tackle, and then I'd do Dana at the other end. Then as my 4 linebackers, I would have Hudson or Glasgow on the outside, and Uche on the other outside linebacker, and then Gill and Ross as inside linebackers, and then the same corners that we have, basically corners and safeties that we have, because to me that's how you could really just maximize that, with putting Uche, Quiddipe, Dana, and Glasgow on the field at the same time, or Hudson. But I'm definitely going to have Uche, because Uche is going to get to the quarterback, and he's going to disrupt some stuff. Uche looks like he's the type of dude that one-on-one, you don't have a chance. You try to block dude one-on-one, and he's going to hit you with a move. He's just too agile and too quick. He's a one-man pass rush. Like Uche looks like the type of dude that if you're behind and you're trying to pass, or if that's just your game plan, like he could single-handedly mess up your whole passing game, because he's coming. You're gonna have to double him. But that's what I would say on defense. I'm not sure if he's gonna run any 3-4 or not. Probably not. Probably see more 3-3-5. That wouldn't be a bad idea either, because I'd want to get Brad Hawkins and Jamarick Woods on the field at the same time. Jamarick Woods played last week, and he's a good hitter. He's a solid tackler. I see Brad Hawkins looked like he was making a lot of arm tackles last week, and that's not good because we're going to play stronger teams in arm tackles. Better caliber players, they're going to run through those arm tackles. So that's just what I saw. Ambry Thomas, Vincent Gray balling. I mean, nothing else to say. Lavert Hill, get your pick. Don't drop the ball. And, you're All-American. It's all there. But on offense was kind of vanilla last week. They didn't give it on the jet sweep at all. I said that before. They didn't give it on the jet sweep at all. And the speed and space, to me, they didn't really tap into that. Because speed and space, you wanna get the ball to guys in space, whether that's screens, wide receiver screens, jet sweeps, and all that. And we really didn't do that. We just kind of threw downfield more. We did some RPO stuff with slants to Tariq and Ronnie, but if you want to just really open that up, you have to have more crossing routes and crossing routes with the deep routes to run those defenders off. So when the crossing route comes, there's either one man to beat or there's nobody for 10, 7, 8, 10 to 5 to 10 yards. So you have room to run and make a dude miss and then go. We all saw Ohio State use the crossing routes. Same thing. So you just want to get, that's more the speed and space. So I look for them to keep opening it up more with what they want to do. Last week they seemed like they wanted to get a lot of guys in the game and not play Tariq and Nico that much, which is smart. They're the best players. You don't want them, when it's a blowout, you don't want them in the game. And, so when we get our numbers, you want to get these dudes out of the game. You want to stay healthy. Now, they're saying Shea got hurt on the first play when he got stripped. So, but they're saying he's going to be 100%. I'm not sure if that's just Shea saying that because he doesn't want Dylan to start and have even more buzz with this Dylan and Shea stuff. Honestly, if he's not 100%, I would start Dylan because Big Ten play is coming. You want to be healthy for Big Ten play. The hits are only going to get harder and tougher. So you don't want to be nursing an injury this week and then you get a week off. I'd rather have 2 weeks off and then, be ready for Wisconsin. The same with DPJ. But I'm hearing Dwumfor should be back. I'm hearing John Runyon should be back also. So the offensive line should be better, and hopefully Dwumfor will be there for the most of the game. So the D-line should be better. But honestly, I would move Hutchinson inside and let him and Dwumfor start, and that could be something special with Dana, Hutchinson, Dwumfor, and Kwity Paye. That could be the matchup right there for our D-line to just start killing people. Then we can rush 4 and hopefully get pressure that way because we're a blitzing team, y'all. We're going to blitz. Like, you're not going there's only a few games where I would say that we should rush 4 and get out of our normal scheme, and that's Penn State, Ohio State, and Indiana. Those are the only games I would say with it. We should just rush 4. Everybody else, same Don Brown, blitz, we blitz. So us rushing 4 is almost irrelevant somewhat on playing some of these teams. Because we're a blitz. That's our scheme. That's just our scheme. But Indiana, Penn State, and OSU, the smart thing would be to run a zone maybe and rush 4 and drop back 7, or maybe even rush 3 and drop back 8 in the coverage. That way, there's not holes for all these crossing routes and all that stuff. But I'm looking for this to be a blowout, really. I mean, people are worried because of what they did. They came close to beating Oklahoma. We're not that defense. We're not that team. We have a defense. They're not running crossing routes in the spread. So I'm not worried about it. I worry about teams that run the spread and have good athletes as good as us or better. Then I'm worried. I'm not worried about Army. If we're worried about Army, and I know people are going to say App State had NFL players, y'all. Those dudes, when that season was over, they had players going in the NFL on offense. So that's why they kept up with us. That's why they were able to score on us. They had NFL players on offense. And I think they had a few on defense, but the offensive player, that's what kept them in the game. So it's not the same situation, y'all. We're playing a one-dimensional team, and it's not the same team as last year. They lost 40% of their team to graduation. That's probably why the Rice game was so close. They have younger players. If you have a senior-led team like Brady Hoke's first year, when we went to the Sugar Bowl, that was a senior-led team. We had a ton of seniors. 2016, we had a lot of seniors. So when you have a team full of seniors, that means these dudes know what they're doing. So they're not gonna make mistakes. They know where they need to be. They know they hold themselves accountable. So when you have a senior-led team, even if they're not going to the pros, they still are pretty good players because they've played the game so long. They've seen everything. So when it's a senior-led team, if they're unranked or something, you might want to get nervous because they have dudes that know how to play the game. They're not going to make mistakes. They're not going to beat themselves. But this isn't that type of team, y'all. So if we lose to them, we're going to lose about 4 games this year, honestly. We're not that good. If we lose to them or it's close, we're not that good. I'm just going to be honest. I'm expecting us to be pretty good this year. That's why I'm not worried about it. But that's all I got for today, y'all. I just wanted to do this pregame analysis on Army and Michigan. So, like, share, subscribe. Go Blue.